Hey everybody, welcome to the Small Business CEO Morning Show. My name is Glenn Garnes and I'm joined every day with Rob Howes. I'm not sure how long we're going to do that though, because we're going to hopefully get some more people in here hosting the show.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing traditional television where you're going to see the same hosts every time. We're going to be bringing a bunch of people through here, all of whom have wisdom for you. But we want you to know that the Small Business CEO Morning Show is your opportunity to get a lot of wisdom and get your mindset in gear for the day and hopefully for the rest of the week. We're going to be producing the show once a week, so you don't have to worry about spending a lot of your time on it. And each show is going to be 15 minutes or less, so you don't have to worry about being stuck here for hours at a time. But we do promise that there's going to be a lot of wisdom passed here.
Yes.
So be sure that you tune in every single time you see it. And one of the best ways for you to make sure you don't miss any shows is to join our Small Business CEO community mailing list. You can do that at www.tipsonsuccess.com. That's www.tipsonsuccess.com. We're going to come back a little bit later in the show about some things that you will receive as our gift when you join the mailing list. There's nothing for sale there. We're just using that as one of the ways that we communicate information with the community at Small Business CEO. So we got a lot to cover today. Why don't we jump right in? Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic. It's one that is a vexing challenge for a lot of entrepreneurs because of how society has conditioned us to avoid failure. So today our topic is failure. What is it? Turning failure into fortune.
Turn it.
Yeah, exactly. Turning failure into fortune. You might actually want to write that down.
Yeah.
Now, most people, we've been brought up in an environment where we were rewarded for achievement and we were actually punished for failure. Yeah. How many of you have gotten that mark on your credit on your report card and actually didn't want to go home at the end of the day and share that with your parents?
Yeah.
You knew what was coming next. But the truth is that our attitude about failure is actually what holds us back. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be looking to achieve at your highest level at all times, but what I am saying is that our attitude about failure needs to change so that we can achieve more. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I want to share a thought. Today I actually shared out on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else we could a thought about failure. And it's simply this: treat your mistakes as experiments. You're conducting the experiment to see what the outcome will be and to see what you can learn from it. That way, no matter what the outcome, it's a victory. Now that's a mindset shift.
It is.
And if you look at it from the perspective of, hey, listen, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have all the answers.
I like that.
I just want to find out what will be the outcome of this particular course of action. Then it shouldn't be a disappointment if it doesn't work. It just should be a learning experience.
It's the way that you crafted it in your mind. Treat your mistakes as experiments. See, when you experiment, you're not attached to the outcome. You're experimenting.
Yeah, by definition, you're looking to find out what's going to happen when I do this.
What's going to happen, which makes you open to receive the different possibilities. The problem is when we get locked into thinking it's supposed to work out a certain way, then it doesn't, and then we don't know where to go next.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in a large part, what you're saying is that, and this is why we always talk about mindset, and we always everything is going to always come back to mindset. It's just a matter of your attitude about what failure really is, what role it can play in a positive way to enhance whatever it is that you're doing. And these are principles that, I'm preaching to the choir here, but these are principles that apply whether it's your business, whether it's life, whatever, your social interaction with people. So it's important to get these right in your head.
Yeah.
So I want you to spend some time now. From this day forward, I want you to spend some time thinking as a scientist, where you're going to conduct experiments and see how they come out and adjust your thinking and your approach to the rest of what you do in life based on the outcomes of those experiments. Whether you're trying to market your new product, when you decide to do a Facebook ad, don't be disappointed if it's not like immediately 1 million people following you and buying your product. You have to put it out there and say, how are people receiving this? What's the reaction to it?
Yeah.
And then you make adjustments based on the outcome that you want. So, again, it's really pretty simple stuff.
Learn, do, review. Learn, do, review.
Learn, do, review. Plan, do, review. Learn, do, review.
Yeah.
Either way. Now, to help you understand that this isn't just Rob and Glenn talking, we have a book that we want to recommend, and you're going to find us recommending a book of the month, and this is the episode that you're going to see the book for the upcoming month. So that book happens to be Disrupt You by Jay Samit. Disrupt You by Jay Samit. And I would encourage you to order a copy of this right now and get it sent to you at least 2-day shipping.
Let me tell you.
You know, you might find this at the local bookstore. I've tried to, whenever I can, I try to buy local, but sometimes they don't have it and they're not going to get it to you anytime soon. So you have no choice but to deal with online shippers. Let's just say that, since none of them are sponsors.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that this is one of my favorite books. It is a great book to illustrate how to turn failure into fortune. So let me just talk real quick about what you're going to find in the book. Really pretty simple. There are some incredible stories of how people who were able to see failure for what it was and be able to make a strategic pivot in their business were able to turn that failure into a fortune. And I'm not going to ruin this by trying to tell you all the stories in the book. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. There are some incredible stories about things that you probably don't know about. How, for example, Home Shopping Network got started as a failure. How YouTube started off as a failure.
Yeah.
How Steve Jobs actually was looking for a job instead of looking for an opportunity when he came up with the idea for Apple. Read about it in Jay Samit's book, Disrupt You.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that if you'll take the time to read this book, there's no way that you will come away without feeling like you were enriched by, as an entrepreneur. This is probably one of the most important books that you can read as an entrepreneur to adjust your mindset towards the disappointments in life and how to quickly pivot in a new direction. That's what the experiment is about, letting you know when it's time to pivot. So I want to thank Jay Samit for having written this wonderful book. I think, again, it's probably one of the most important reads that I've made in the last 10, 15 years.
I sent him a video thanking him.
Did you?
Yeah, I sent him a video because I got the audio. I do the audio books, and as soon as I saw him on some show, I heard about Disrupt You. I went and got it immediately. And what got me, it's just go investigate the story of Netflix and Blockbuster. That's all I'll say. And it was something that happened inside that moment for Netflix. And it's the moment of realizing, you're going to have trials, but when you have a vision that's big, you just follow it. And that's basically I accelerated the story, but how that transfers to us, you're mastering personal transformation. You're mastering failing forward. You're mastering it just by working on yourself. So this book does that for me.
Now, let me also give you some insight into Jay Samit. He's one of the most down-to-earth people that you will ever know.
Really?
I'll tell you, this guy, I'm going to give you a quick story about how I met him and found out about the book. The book was actually someone promoted it on LinkedIn. So I was watching my news feed, and fortunately the people I'm connected to are putting out good stuff.
Yeah.
So I saw the book. I bought it, read it cover to cover. This is also a very, very easy read. It's fun to read, you know. It's better than watching a movie, you know. But I read it cover to cover. And I tweeted to him, I thanked him. I said, man, this was an incredible read. I really appreciate it. This is one of the most important things I've seen. And he thanked me back and everything. And we started to have a dialogue on Twitter. I said, maybe I should have you be on my radio show one day.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any plans or anything specific in place. He said, well, I'd love to do that. And I said, well, let's talk when you have time. That's all I said. Let's talk when you have time. So on New Year's Eve of the year that I found out about the book, he just called me out of the blue. I mean, I didn't know he was going to call. He didn't announce the call. He just called me out of the blue. I don't know how he thought I was going to be in the office, but I guess he figured kindred spirits. He's probably working on the next big idea, and I was. I was over here in the office, and we spent 2 hours on the phone just shooting the breeze back and forth like we were old buddies. It was incredible.
Man.
It's kind of like you and me having this conversation here.
That's awesome.
So he's the kind of guy that you definitely want to have in your circle of influence. He might not have time to stop everything he's doing every time you want to ask a question, but that's what the beautiful thing about social media is we can be connected in a variety of different ways that still offer value to each other.
Absolutely.
So reach out to Jay. So here's the final part of this. As I was recommending the book, I started getting people to take a selfie holding the book, similar to what you do with the video.
Yeah.
But I had them put in the tweet to him, didn't. Another one buys the book, and he got a kick out of that too. So do me a favor. When you get the book, I want you, and his handle on Twitter is @JSamet. So you kind of hard to mess that up if you have the book in front of you.
Right.
@JSamet. Ampersand, ampersand. Is it ampersand? No, the @ symbol, J Samet. And send him a copy or send him the picture and put in there, from, what is it? Queen was, another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Then another one buys the book. And I promise you that he will chuckle and he will write back to you. So anyway, seriously, that's a great book. It's a great way for you to understand what we just shared with you, not just from our own perspective, but there's so many stories in here about industries that failed to pivot and what their destiny was, and people who were open to pivoting in a new direction and how they created their destiny in a whole different way. So don't be one of those people that's resistant to change. Be somebody who's open to change and understands the value in seeking out change. Now, what we want to do here is to share with you some important information about why you want to join our online community and our mailing list. The first thing I want to recommend that you do, if you're not already following our fan page, is go to Facebook for Small Business CEO and follow the Small Business CEO fan page. We share important information, Instagram memes and posts and stuff like that, and motivational quotes that all help you to surround yourself with the right information. I'll tell you right now that there's nothing more powerful than constantly putting yourself in front of the right information and the right people around you to help to inoculate and insulate you from some of the negativity that we often find in our culture and in society. So being around the right people, being around the right information is a great way for you to make sure that you're going to be around. So you can start doing that by going over to Small Business CEO's Facebook fan page. I would also encourage you, as I said, to get on the mailing list, and you can do that at www.tipsonsuccess.com. Now, when you join the mailing list, I want you to know exactly what you're getting. We're going to be sending out a daily email with one of those Facebook posts or one of those motivational quotes, just to get your day off on the right start. Maybe you don't have time to stop and go onto Facebook right away, but you could start your morning. Most people will check their email. You can start your morning with a thought that gets you thinking in the right frame of mind for the day. And again, like I said, we're not selling anything in those posts, so don't think that this is an opportunity for us to be pitching a whole bunch of product to you. We might invite you to become part of things that we're doing, but it's not a sales email. This is a communication that's designed to keep you evolving as an entrepreneur. You're also going to get some free gifts. I'll give you an example. One of the free gifts that you're going to get by being on the mailing list is our business blueprint, which gives you a 3-step process, basically canned by Napoleon Hill, on how to take any idea that you have and prepare it to be implemented. And I'm going to actually walk you through that with a mini webinar that you can get access to as well. When you download the form, you'll actually also be directed to a short video that explains to you step by step how to implement the teaching in the form. You'll also get the entrepreneur reflection sheet with another little mini 5-minute video that explains exactly how to use it on a daily basis in your life. And we will also be letting you know about special events, about when the TV show, a reminder to check for the TV show on the website at sbceo.com or on the Facebook fan page. We're going to be posting this all over the place so that we make sure that you do not miss it. So our main website is www.sbceo.com. I'd encourage you to go there to see and get connected to some of our members. You'll find that there's a directory of members that has a big map of the United States, shows you everything that we're doing and where we're growing, and you can get connected. Whether you're a member or not, you can get connected to our members. We'd love to see you be a member, but you can get connected whether you are or not. The last thing is we're going to be giving you business tips and also technology news, business and technology news and tips. There's always something going on in the world of technology. Fortunately, you stay up on this stuff like I do, so we always have something to talk about. But we're going to be sharing that with the audience because we want to bring you into the conversation as we're being introduced to things that are making a difference in our businesses and in our lives. We want you to have the benefit of that too. And that's exactly why we build communities, so that we have the ability to communicate with the community. And so I want you to make sure you get connected, and we promise to do our part to make it worth your while. So I know we're just about out of time for this episode. That That was a pretty quick 15 minutes,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
And we'll make sure you guys walk away with, if you take a snapshot of an idea, turn your obstacles into opportunities. That's it.
that's exactly right. We're going to have some fun on this
Yeah,
show. We already
man.
are we having fun?
Yeah, let's go. I'm
You
having
know
a
we
blast.
are.
You already know it.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for today's episode. We want to thank you for joining us for Small Business CEO Morning Show. We'll see you again real soon.